Hello, my name is Tavy, and today we are going to explore the topic of manifestation. I'm going to be talking about what it is, some common problems people face when trying to manifest, how to tackle those problems, and even a meditation at the end of the video if it's something you would like to try. So, let's begin. So what is manifestation? Manifestation is the act of bringing something into existence, sometimes seemingly from nothing. And how that will appear for you, this thing that you're trying to manifest, will all depend on your map of reality. And what I'm talking about is not about belief, it's about having that experience. If you don't have an experience of something, let's say, appearing in front of you out of nothing, then it's probably not going to happen. So I'm going to share with you 3 things that will help you evolve your map of reality, and also are 3 things that people find difficult when trying to manifest. 1 being start small, the 2nd, be specific, and 3, expect the unexpected. So let's start at number 1, start small. And what I mean by this is starting to manifest things in your life where you're not so emotionally and mentally connected to the outcome. You don't want to be attached to this outcome in this way, because the more you're attached to something like this, the less it's likely to happen. You don't want it to matter if it don't work out for you. That's the point. For example, let's say you leave work on time and you want to manifest arriving at work early. Or you're going on a small trip somewhere in the car and you're not in a rush, but you want to hit all the green lights. Either of those outcomes, it's not going to really matter if it don't happen. And that's the point. You want to start small. And the more you have these experiences, when things actually do start to change for you and things begin to happen, that's where you want to start to build on your experiences and start with things a bit bigger, and a bit bigger. So essentially what I'm trying to say here is I don't want you to be upset if things don't work out first time. You can't control the situation. That's the point of all manifestation work or any kind of magical work. You never are in control. But the more you do, the more it will be probable that your map of reality will permit it. So number 2, you got to be specific. What do you really want? Not what you don't want, but what you do want. You've got to be specific. See, I had this experience about 3 years ago where I come across this method of creating something called a manifestation bowl, where you have this bowl and you put crystals and coins and jewelry and things that represent manifesting in abundance in it. So I created this bowl, placed it in my living room. I think it was the top left, I can't remember, don't quote me on that. And sat down, meditated, and felt the change in the atmosphere. And I did, I felt this shift. Couldn't tell what it was, but I felt this shift. So I was asking for abundance. Okay. Well, 2 days later, I got a phone call. And long story short, I was looking after another property up north, and this neighbor at this property called me and says, I think he got a rat infestation, because he's started to see rats in his garden. He's walked up to the window of my conservatory and could see rats inside. And yes, after taking a trip up there, it was a mess. The house was infestation. It was not good. It was not good. Not great. This is a great thing to manifest, isn't it? Well, when I looked up the spiritual meaning of rat, one of the top things that comes up is they represent abundance. Well, I got abundance, didn't I? But I wasn't specific on what I wanted. I just asked for abundance. I certainly got it, didn't I? So be sure to be clear on what you want, not what you don't want. So another example I've got for you regarding this is I wanted a flat, okay? And I wanted a flat with a brown carpet. I wanted a flat with privacy. I wanted a flat in Leicester, where I was living at the time. And I can't remember, there was a few other things that I specifically wanted with it. And lo and behold, the first place I looked at was exactly what I wanted. I did look at other places and everything, but it just didn't really hit the mark like that first one did. And I thought, wow, this is actually really working. But before that, I would be focusing more on what I didn't want, which I think is actually ingrained in our language in the way we think. I don't want noisy neighbors. I don't want green carpets because they make a mess. I don't want this. I don't want that problem. I don't want this problem. That's only saying what you don't want, even though we're saying what we do, but we're not. We're saying what we don't. So try and think about your language and how you're using your language. Okay, very important here. So moving on to number 3, expect the unexpected. And what I mean here is that when you manifest, you're not always going to get the thing you want in the way you expect. Expect the unexpected. Now, there's a short story I've got, and I honestly can't remember where I read or heard this from. If anyone knows what the source of this, please tell me in the comments, because I'd like to give credit where it's due, but I honestly can't remember. So the story goes something along the lines of this man was trying to manifest an orange in his hand, because he'd read up on quantum physics and thought, well, if our reality is created just through our observation, then surely I can just make an orange appear in my hand like magic. So he tried and he tried, and hours and hours of attempting this feat. He never did it. He never did it until one day he was invited to a meditation circle, which he attended, and he soon found himself bored because he's sitting around a circle and has gone through this guided meditation, and it just wasn't for him. It just wasn't for him. So everyone's eyes are closed and are following the instructor, and he thought, you know what? I'm bored and I'm here now and quite relaxed. Let's hold my hands out and just see if I could will this orange into existence. Well, he did. And meanwhile, there was a person that was working for the venue in the back, sorting out their lunch, making some drinks and everything for after the meditation. And he happened to look in and see the man out of all of them sitting there with his hands open, and he thought, what's he doing? And for some reason, the thought popped in this guy's head, I think I'm going to play a little prank on him. And there was a bowl of fruit. So he went over and grabbed an orange off this bowl of fruit and walked over and placed it in the man's hand. The man obviously felt the weight change in his hand, opened his eyes, there was his orange. He got his orange, but not the way he expected. You see, what I'm trying to say here is that there may be conventional ways that things will happen for you that just seem miraculous in its own sense. But you can't expect things just to go poof, here they are in front of you. It may happen. It can happen. Anything is possible. I believe anything is possible. But it's not very likely if your map of reality is not, familiar with this type of concept. So expect the unexpected. So now I'm going to show you a few methods on how to manifest. A few of these I've tried before, a few have not, but I think they're all worth noting. So number one, I think this is a very useful thing to do anytime you're trying to manifest, or heal for that matter, is to always get into the state that is already done. You already have this thing. This state that you're trying to achieve has already occurred, and you are already there. You already have this thing. You already have achieved this event. It is already done. So let's say you want to manifest a new car, for instance, okay? So you want to do is sit, relax, and get into the state you already have this new car. Sit and think, wow, I have this car. How nice it is. I can do this, I can do that. How it makes you feel, how it's changing your life. Notice how it feels to have this car, what it's like, what people have said, everything that you can think of that will make that experience real for you. Just sit and feel that experience of having a new car. You want to sit in this space for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then afterwards, what you want to do is you want to get up and do something that is mundane. For instance, open the fridge, look for a snack. Go to the loo, maybe. Maybe even brush your teeth. Something that you are going to do regardless if you had this thing or not. Basically, you want to be doing something that you will always be doing in your life regardless of what you want to manifest. Because what this will do is this will help you bleed the existence of you already having it into the experience that you're having now. It's going to move you into alignment with that experience. This is one thing with manifesting. You always got to look at it as you're aligning to that experience, not it coming towards you, okay? Because if it's always coming towards you, or always putting out to the universe the idea of lack, that you do not have it, you need it. You don't want that. You want to be in the state that you already have it. So another method that I think was covered in The Secret, I believe, I cannot remember, but let's say you want, you want £500 or £1,000 or £5,000 or whatever the amount that you want. You want to write yourself a check for that amount. So you write the amount out, you sign it off, and then what you do is you put it into an envelope and send it to yourself in the post. And what this is essentially doing is saying to the universe, I have this money already, enough that I can give this to myself. And when you're sending it out, you're letting it go, which is also another key point to manifesting, is letting it go and allowing it to happen. And when you get it back, just sleep on it or put it in a drawer somewhere, because you have that money. It's a really interesting way to do it. And another way similar to this, and I don't know if this is a secret or not, I can't honestly remember, but it is, you can go onto various different websites and write out certificates of achievement. Let's say you want to achieve something. You want to, have this particular degree in something. Then you write yourself a certificate. You award yourself this thing that you want. You print it out, put it under your pillow, and sleep on it. Again, it's a very interesting way to write something down that has already happened and then let it go, and in this case, by sleeping on it. Another really great method of manifesting was recommended by my friend Becky. And Becky, if you're watching, sorry, I still have not actually tried this yet, but nonetheless, I think it's a great idea. It's a great idea. What she did is she took a pin board, and on this pin board, like a cork board you get for an office type of thing, and she cut out things from magazines and newspapers, or wrote quotes, or whatever it may be, that represented the things that she wanted to manifest in her life. So let's say a new house. Well, you cut out a picture of a house you want, or a house of the type that you want, or the type of car you want, or let's say a degree, or a particular amount of money, or something like that. Anything that represents the thing that you want, you cut it out, stick it in a board. Now what you do with this board is you put it up in a place of your house that you're going to see every day, and eventually get used to seeing where you won't actually look at it properly. You want it to be absorbed into your unconscious every day when you walk past it. Bit by bit, that will be downloaded into your unconscious. And the more it's downloaded, the more your unconscious will naturally draw you down the path of aligning you with what you want. I think it's a great method, and I still need to do it, but I think it's worth mentioning. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a quick meditation that will help you on your journey of manifesting. So you've got to first think, what do you want in your life? What do you want to manifest? Okay? You got something? Right. Now ask yourself, what would it be like if I were to have this thing, experience this thing, done this thing? How would it change my life? What would it feel like? So now what I want you to do is to close your eyes and relax. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Slowly. In and out. In and out. In and out. Relax. Feel your head relax. Keep breathing. In and out. Feel your torso and your arms relax all the way down to your fingertips. Keep breathing. Relax. Feel the tension ease all the way down your legs, all the way to your toes. Now, in front of you is a spiral staircase leading down. Take a step forward in your first step down the stairs. Step by step, you start to descend. Walking step by step. In front of you, you will notice a doorway. Walk in. This is the center of your heart, your access to all possibility. Notice that you are now floating and that you are surrounded by doors. 360 degrees around your body are doors. Take a look around and just notice what you notice. Notice that one of the doors is adorned with a red triangle inside a circle on the front. Once you have found it, slowly move towards it. Now open it. Take a step inside and you will see a spiral staircase leading up. Before your first step, take notice of what you feel. How are you feeling? What feels different? Now take your first step up the stairs. Step by step, start to ascend. Step by step, you keep moving upwards. And with every step, you feel a bit more awake. Keep walking. Starting to feel your legs now. Now your torso. Keep walking. Every step you're feeling a bit more awake. Start to feel your arms, your head, coming back into the room. Now, when you're ready, open your eyes. Right, so how do you feel now? So what we did there is we took you through a meditation where you are entering one existence, going down to the center of your heart and choosing a different existence. So, take note after this. Could be a few hours, could be a few days, who knows. Expect the unexpected and see what changes for you in your existence. See what happens. Let me know in the comments if you get what you wanted, or at least something similar, or something of interest. So I think that is probably enough for today's video. If you would like to leave a comment below, please do, or any comments or suggestions for any videos, please leave a comment. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you'd like to be notified about new videos coming up. And so, with that said, have a magical day and see you again soon. Bye.